All right. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. And I hope you guys found some time to get artsy, spend some time in your craft room. Cindy here with Getting Artsy with Cindy. So we are going to play with one of our newest stamp sets. It is Simple is Beautiful. This is the set. This is the latest one in our Artsy Clubhouse. The set has shipped out, so everybody in our clubhouse should already received their stamp. And so I always like to kind of show this one off right after our club members get it. If you're not familiar with the Artsy Clubhouse, check it out on the website. It's a Stamp of the Month Club, Stamp or Stamp and Die. And we always do a workshop at the end of the month using the set that they just got. Now, I like to show it to everybody. So we're going to do a simple card today. And then what's kind of cool for the Clubhouse members, they'll get 3 more card samples, and we'll do some more in-depth coloring tips and stuff with them in the Clubhouse when we with the stamp set that they just got. So it's kind of fun. If you have questions about the Clubhouse, just let me know. So, and if anybody that is watching today is part of the Artsy Clubhouse, share your thoughts as well, so we can share the club with everybody. So I'm going to build a little card, just kind of show you kind of a little fun technique with this. And then we'll see how we're doing on time. We'll do a little bit of coloring. We're going to keep it kind of short today. My grandbabies are in town and they leave in the morning, so we'll just probably keep this one to a half an hour. Oh, great. Shared my life with the kiddos. Or you guys. Okay, Harry, you got to get crafty with her grandkids. Awesome. Using the Impossible Fold die. I love the Impossible Fold die. It's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so we're going to do a simple die cutting, but then I'm going to show you something that you can do that's a little bit different. So let's go ahead and just turn the camera around. All right. So this one, I've stamped and colored it up. And then here is our die. And what's kind of nice about this die, sometimes with the words, I will use the die that cuts like really close to the words. But on this one, I kind of try and switch it up some. This one I give you some just nice rectangles, so then it's going to work with the words in the stamp set, but you can also use them for other things as well. This also has the word beautiful and thankful, or simple is beautiful and thankful. Those are also in here as well. So try and give you guys a lot to play with. And we're just going to go ahead and die cut this. This might glare a little bit because I have my platinum plate in here. I love this plate when I'm using detailed dies, so I tend to leave it on here all the time. So we have some folks watching from Ohio, a lot of my good buddies. That's where I started Dare to Be Artsy. And we are going to be there the first weekend in August for Stamp Away in Cincinnati. So if you guys are going to be there, you definitely have to come by and see me. I am teaching a class there as well, so that would be really fun. Okay. We were just in St. Louis recently for a trade show in Collinsville. Actually, it's outside, it's on the Illinois side. That was a blast. Okay, so see how nice, I love how nice our dies work and how clean that is. So easily add this to a card. It's perfect. I love the dies. But I wanted to do something a little bit different with this card. So I just kind of wanted to show you that. And then show you what else you can do. So I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to fussy cut a little bit. Some of you love to fussy cut. And so we are just double checking here. So I'm watching you guys on YouTube. We are also in Facebook. But the way Facebook has changed some things, I think it's easier to follow you guys on YouTube. Okay, so here I've stamped it, I've colored it, and then I just took a ruler and drew some lines. So I'm going to cut this. We want this to extend past the side of the card. So I'm going to take the paper cutter and I just line this up. We can cut that out for something else. I'm going to just cut 3 sides. Actually, not even the whole 3 sides. We're going to cut that. And then on the bottom, I'm going to cut part of it, but I'm not going to cut it all the way across. And then on the side, we're going to cut down. But I'm going to stop where the flowers are. Let's come up from this as well. All right, so I've cut it, but I haven't cut it all the way. This is where I'm going to fussy cut. So it's kind of nice. You don't have to fussy cut your whole card or the whole image. But this is where I'm going to put my glasses on. Okay. All right, I just cut up to the flower, and then all I have to do is cut out around it. And when I'm fussy cutting, I don't cut right on the black line. I go really close. And then I'm going to cut right up to that line. Okay. I have been, we've got some new stamps and dies on their way. Kind of getting ready for Christmas in July. Which I know it's the end of July, so we're running a little behind. But that is what I've been busy on. We've got the stamps and dies. The paper is coming. It's just taking a little longer to get the paper back. We will probably show you some sneak peeks next week. Okay. There we go. So now I have something that extends. Let's go ahead while we're cutting and cut our acorn out too. Again, I'm not going to go right on the black line. Pretty close. Definitely love my little scissors when I'm doing this. And you can see I'm rotating the image more than the scissors themselves. All right, so we have that. Okay, then you have an A2 size card, and I'm going to do a short fold on this. So I've already cut one piece at 3.5 inches. Okay, so my cover, I'm cutting just 3/4 of an inch off the edge. I do love this stamp set for fall. Okay. This is from our little small 6x6 artsy prints collection, which is great for fall. Let's go ahead and glue this on. And we do have, if you guys haven't been using the My Sweet Petunia glue press, I love it. We do have it back in stock. I need to make sure it just came in today, so I need to make sure it's actually showing up on the website. And I am almost out of glue, so come on. There we go. And if you need to, this has a little needle in the tip, so I just had to glue that, put that in there. Okay. Now we have a little fun stripe. This is just on the back of this one. So I thought this would look cute here. There, now it's coming out better. I needed to just wake up. There we go. Right on the edge. I made this a little bit wider so when it's closed, there's a little bit of an overlap. Now we have this piece. And I cut this. Let's get a ruler. All right. So the white piece here is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm just a little bit wider on that because I want a nice border all the way around. So the green is going to be 3 inches by 4 1/2. Now, remember, I'm going to attach this here, so don't put glue on the back of this part of the flower. So we're just going to go right down there so we don't forget. This just leaves a nice overlap. This is also nice if you don't have the die, but I think also just to give it a different look. I could easily have gone in and just popped this whole thing up, but I just think it kind of has a different look to it this way. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this whole thing up. So what have you guys been working on? Have you guys been just outside enjoying the summer weather, or have you been in crafting? And have you been doing cards or any scrapbooking? These scissors are not great for this. Always like to see what people are working on. Oh my gosh, I don't have my usual scissors that don't stick. There. So I like to show cards that, to show you kind of different, just something simple that's different than a regular A2 size card. So I hope it gives you some fun ideas. It's just nice to have a little bit of a surprise when, someone opens a card and it's not just a standard A2. It's just got this simple little short fold to make it a little bit different. Come on. This card will be great for just basically all year round, but it's really nice for the even Thanksgiving holiday. Just a nice thank you card. I like how that extra piece goes up. Okay, so on the inside, I don't like to do just a plain card on the inside. So I've got this stamp, thankful for our friendship. Again, the die in here, I could have popped it up, Here's the word thankful, so I could have popped that up if I wanted to. And then we're going to go ahead and layer that with this. Okay, it's acting up a little bit because I just didn't fill it enough with my overflow. I've been using this all week. So there we go. Okay. There. Add this to the inside. We could pop this. Just, no, that's all right. Now you want to make sure it stays to the left, so because you don't want to see that when the top cover is closed. So here you've got just that nice little addition. You open it up, voila. Now we do have this little acorn. I think it needs to pop a little bit. And then we'll do just a little bit of coloring with you guys. There we go. So I think we want to put it on the cover, or we'll put it right there. Now we could easily add a little sentiment to the front. And let's do, let's see, hello fall. We've got simple is beautiful. Let's do that and then cut this one out. This is also, you've got thankful for you, thankful for our family, thankful for our friendship. Those are all the combinations. Friends like you are, friends like you never fade. That's kind of cute too. We could extend it, but let's do the simple is beautiful. Okay. All right. I'm just using our Dirty Be Artsy black ink, which is hybrid. It won't bleed with your alcohol markers or watercolor. There we go. I'll clean that off later. And let's just die cut this. Fits perfectly. With a nice little extra border. And I think I'm going to go ahead and die cut an extra little white one. Actually, I think I'm going to do a couple. Because I love to make it extra chunky. Okay, there's that. All right, I'm going to put the glue on the back of my stamped one. That way I don't mess up and put it on the wrong side. I just drop it in, stack it up, add some more glue. And stack it up. Now I don't even need to add the any extra foam tape to the back of this because I've already added so much depth to this. You could make it even thicker, do 4 or something, but I think that's going to be enough. And I just wanted it to have a little bit of extra shade. I think just right there is good. There you go. I like how that just pops off of there. So let's go ahead and just color a little bit. And I've already stamped this one. And I've kind of pulled some of my Olo markers out. And I'm just going to keep it kind of simple. I'm not even worried about doing the whole thing, but just kind of give you an idea of what you can do with these. Either mums or dahlias. It could be either kind of flower. Okay, back to the glasses again. All right. So let me blow it up a little bit more. So I like to add, so I keep mine really simple. You could spend an hour on this, and I know our some of the gals on my design team, like Melody, who color, like, she's amazing. She would, she's just so talented, and would spend a lot more time getting this like perfect because she's so good. So I am, and I still need to get Melody. I know you're watching, so I still need to get you to somehow do a class, a coloring class, because everybody would love it. Okay, I'm just dabbing my color in here. I'm dabbing some light color to start because I'm not worried about this being really smooth. I'm just going to play with my yellows. And so when I'm doing this, you can rotate it as you go. I'm getting the petals that are behind, like I'm going from the base of each petal and just brushing up out instead of coloring the whole thing in. I'm just I'm just gonna add the darker colors behind. And then just rotate. But again, you can see how fast I'm doing this. I'm not going to worry that it's not like perfect. I just want it to be, I want there to be dimension and stuff. But you can see there's some dark and light. And then I can keep playing with the different shades. I've got like this, the YOs 2.5 and 2.3 on here. I'm going to be a little bit darker in the middle. Again, I'm just kind of going behind the petals with some extra colors. And yeah. And you just, yeah, you can keep building up the color. And then you can always go back in with the lightest one or lighter one and then blend it out a little bit more. I do kind of like showing just some simple techniques because I hear so often, oh, I'm not good at coloring, I'm afraid to do it. They stick with just, they're afraid of the alcohol markers and the blending and stuff. So you can see I'm just by going back and forth with the colors, and by doing the inside of those petals instead of over the whole thing, it gives you that dimension. If you want a little more contrast, we can go in with some more dark colors. Again, I'm not doing it on the whole thing. I'm just doing some of the areas where I think it's kind of going to fall behind. Maybe even more dimension. So let me bring this up to you again to show you what I'm doing. So can you see that I'm falling behind, like in the creases, and letting some of the lighter colors stand up on top. So that's giving you that dimension. I just wanted to kind of give you some variation there. Okay. And then simple on the leaves. I'm just taking, I love these, the YGs, 8.3 and 8.5. Kind of a more mossy green. I'm going to even put some back in here behind these flowers. And I'm kind of just following the lines of there and then darker in the creases. Then you can go back with the lighter color and blend it out. Don't get caught up in being perfect. Just have fun with it. And if you mess up, it's paper. You can stamp it again. But that's how I keep it simple. Again, if you want to add more contrast back here, go in with a darker green. Okay. And I always go back out again. There. You could do fun stuff with the berries in this too. Just kind of play with those. So that's this stamp set. I hope you guys like it. Again, here I just kind of, here I did, one that's a couple different shades of the oranges and yellows and then the reds. Here I did use the brighter greens, but I wanted to kind of give you just a little hint of what we did. If you're in the clubhouse, again, we'll be going more in depth in our workshop to show you that as well. And I think that is going to be it for today, because I'm going to go play with my grandbabies before they go to bed, which actually they may already be asleep, and I have to wake them just for a little bit more hugs. They're heading back to Utah tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you like this stamp set. I think it's fun. I think you're going to enjoy it for this fall. Keep checking back. We will have more for you next week. And then we're going to be going to Stamp Away soon. Again, if you're going to be coming to Cincinnati for Stamp Away, let me know. It'll be fun to see you guys there. That's it for today. You guys have a wonderful week, and I dare you to be artsy. Bye-bye.